Hi guys. So it is what's the date, Mom? It's the 25th and of July 2012. I am no longer pregnant. I had the twins. Their names are Noah Jerome Taylor and Elijah Dustin Taylor. They were born July 20th, 2012. Noah was born first. He weighed 7 pounds, 3 ounces, and was 19 and 3/4 inches long. He was born at 8:42 a.m. and Elijah was born at 9:26 a.m. and he weighed 6 pounds, 9 ounces, and was 19 and a quarter inches long. So he was a little bit taller than Jerome. Um, so, so I had the boys at 38 weeks and four days, or 38 weeks, 5 days. No, it was 38 weeks and 5 days. I had them, 38 weeks and 5. So what happened was I had took 2 ounces of castor oil. I took 2 ounces of castor oil at don't try that at home. I took 2 ounces of castor oil on the 19th on the 18th. I took the castor oil probably like mid-afternoon. It was probably like 3 o'clock or 2 o'clock. Nothing really happened. I had like bubbly stomach for a while. And then at 1 in the morning, I had woken up.
Lots of diarrhea.
I had woken up, and pretty much it started from there. Back and forth to the bathroom a lot. Stomach cramps, but it was mainly like all from taking the castor oil. Basically, you live in the bathroom when you take it. So I was in and out of the bathroom all night long, and it's so funny because my mom said that my stepdad, he was like, "Is she okay? She been going to the bathroom like crazy." And my mom was like, "She okay? That's just that process. She knows what she's doing." So I had woke up at, what was it? I believe it was at 8 o'clock. I had got up, and my mom was left. She went to work. I had woke up right after she like closed the door. I had got up, and like I started having the contractions, and I was like, okay, something's gonna get started. This is the day. I'm not gonna let this not be the day. So this is the 19th. So I had basically I had texted my fiance and I let him know, and I had texted my fiance and I had let him know. And I was like, I'm having contractions. She was like, okay, get up and walk. So I immediately got up after I finished going to the bathroom, and I went downstairs and I had started walking. And so they were about 5 to 10 minutes apart when I was walking, and they were lasting maybe like 20 to 45 seconds long. So I continued to walk until they became 3 to 5 minutes apart. And then that's when I was like, okay, they're 3 to 5 minutes apart. And he was at work. And so then he was like, okay, I'm going to meet you at the house. So I got Yasmin ready. Well, actually, no, she was already dressed because she was in the stroller with me when I was walking. I came up, packed her a bag. My hospital bag was already in the car from the doctor's appointment that I thought I was going to get induced, but I wasn't going to get induced. He was going to induce me. Because I never ended up making my follow-up video. I was supposed to be induced at 39 weeks and 2 days. So if I didn't have them going to labor that week anyway, I was going to be induced on Tuesday. So I go pick my husband up, and this is just a story. I have to wait for him to put the videos together because they're in a whole bunch of different clips. Put my labor and delivery video together in one, and then that's when I'll put the whole video at once, like a little movie. So we go to the hospital, and she puts me on the monitor. She's monitoring my contractions. She sees them. They're coming in about 3 to 5 minutes apart, as I told her. And when I went to the doctors, to see Dr. Nathan Allen on Tuesday, I was 4 centimeters dilated, 3 to 4 centimeters dilated, and I was 75% effaced. So when I got to the hospital and she checked me, I was 4 to 5 centimeters dilated, and I was 80% effaced. So the contractions definitely had made anywhere between 1.5 centimeter mark to 2 centimeter mark. So yeah. So, and I'm gonna go get the boys. They're just sleeping right now, so I'm letting them lay down. But I'm definitely gonna go get them so you can see them. So she checked me and she's like, okay, yeah, you're 45 centimeters dilated, and you're definitely 80% effaced. So, and you're having contractions. So I'm gonna go call your doctor and see what he wants us to do. So she left out. I mean, my fiance are both like, please let him stay. I'm staying. Please let him stay. I'm staying. Because I mean, I'm 45 centimeters dilated. I'm having regular contractions. Why are you going to send me home? We've been through this before, doctor. Like, come on now. I'm already super dilated. So she comes back with the best news ever that says we are admitted to the hospital. So once admitted, we had to pack up the little stuff that we took out. I changed into my gown, and then I was transferred to my labor and delivery room. Once transferred to my labor and delivery room, I was basically just monitored. My contractions were monitored. So my contractions started to, they were monitoring my contractions, and then they gave me the IV for just the fluid. Now, going into the hospital, I planned on having a natural labor and delivery with no medication or anything like that, but I did ended up getting the epidural, and I also ended up getting IV pain medication. I tried to go for the IV pain medication instead of getting the epidural, but all that's coming up. So, it was now probably I don't know the time. I'm just going to tell the story. So, we get in the labor and delivery room. I'm put on the monitor, of course. My contractions are being monitored. They're coming. They're still regular. And then I should have wrote this down before I did this video. I'm just going off my memory. Then I was put on the IV fluid. Once put on the IV fluid, for some reason, my contractions like totally slowed. Like, it was like I wasn't even in labor anymore. They just completely like stopped. They were coming literally like one every 10 minutes, one every 15 minutes. Then they started coming regular, then they would stop. It was just like, I was like, what is going on? And she said, well, we gave you we're giving you fluids, so that does happen. Like if you were dehydrated, if your body was dehydrated, it can cause you to have contractions. Um, but every time I went to the bathroom before I came in, I was drinking water. Drinking water, I was staying hydrated because I didn't want it to be like a false labor. So then I got pretty nervous. I was like, okay, well, is he going to send me home? I'm already admitted. So basically, I believe I got checked. I was still the same. No, I didn't get checked. And she was like, I don't want to check you again until like there's some regular activities going on. So eventually the doctor put me on Pitocin. I was put on Pitocin, and every 30 minutes they would raise it by 1. So my contractions were coming, going, coming, going. They still weren't on a regular basis. They started to get stronger once she reached about 16 with the Pitocin. They were starting to come back stronger, but they still weren't regular. 17, they got stronger, but they still weren't regular. 18, they were stronger, but they still weren't regular. 19, they were regular. Regular. 20, they were regular. So at that point, I pretty much I had to go to the bathroom before I got the Pitocin. I was able to get up and while I had the Pitocin. I believe earlier within the Pitocin I was able to get up. I went to the bathroom, and we had a little thing where when I get up and go to the bathroom, she would let me go walk the hallway. So I walked the hallway, then came back. She plugged me back up. Okay, and then they started getting stronger. So then I had got out the bed. I went to the bathroom, got out the bed, and then I got on the birthing ball, and I basically started laboring on the birthing ball for a little, and then I got off of the birthing ball, went back into the bed, and started laboring. And they were just really strong, really strong, back to back to back. I was trying to breathe, trying to find a happy medium, but I couldn't find like whether the happy medium in breathing and like not breathing, or like how to control the pain. I couldn't necessarily find like that one thing that I could do to control it. So it was like I was basically just going through it as you do when you're in labor. So then the nurse came in, and I was like, the whole time they're telling me like, okay, we understand baby A is head down, so you will do a vaginal delivery of baby A, but if baby B doesn't turn, you're going to have a C-section. And if you have to have a C-section and you don't have an epidural, then you're going to have to get put to sleep because, because we're not going to have enough time to give you the medicine and wait for it to kick in. So the whole time I'm in labor, I'm sitting here like, okay, I want my doctor to be able to turn my baby, but if he's not able to turn my baby, then I'm going to get put to sleep, and I'm going to miss my son's birth, my second son's birth, and I don't want to miss his birth. But I'm like, I have faith in myself, that in my doctor, that he'll be able to turn him, so, I'm not going to get the epidural. So I had asked the nurse, and I'm explaining that to you for a reason on why I got the epidural. So I pretty much asked the nurse, I'm like, okay, the pain is coming a lot, and I need something. I was like, how does the IV pain medication work? She explained it to me. I said, okay, let me get some of that. Because I was in so much pain. Oh, I mean, so much pain. And at this time, I was what, like 7 centimeters dilated. I was really close. I was really close before I gave in. So I had got the IV, and how it works is they give you IV pain medication. They give it to you over 3 contractions. So you have a contraction, you get a little bit. You have another contraction, you get a little bit. Then you have your third contraction, they give you the remainder of it, and then that pretty much calms you down. So after the third dose, I was pretty much calmed down, and I was able to like close my eyes and then find like a breathing medium and close my eyes and just relax and relax. So the pain eased up a lot with that. Like I was, thank God for pain medication, seriously. Like I eased up so much with that, and I was able to close my eyes and just concentrate on breathing and getting back and like, okay, I'm gonna find my harmony for when this wears off, because I'm not going to get it. You can only get it twice. I was like, I'm not going to get it again. So you can find your harmony in it, and, I'll find my harmony, and then I'm going to do this. Soon as I closed my eyes enough to where I was like, okay, I'm going to find my harmony, Noah kicked, boom, and my water burst. As soon as my water bag broke, it was like, the contractions were back to back to back, and it was so strong, and the pressure just felt like a head was right there, and I was like, Ugh. So my water bag broke at 5:48. Yeah, my water bag broke at 5:48. Yeah, 5:48. So a.m. And this was the following day. So, yeah. So this was the 20th when my water bag broke. So I came in on the 19th at about like 11. So I had labored basically all through the night, did all of that, labored all through the night. Still nothing happened. I was on the Pitocin. Then finally, let me see your mom. Then finally, the Pitocin started kicking in that day. 5 in the morning, my water breaks. 5:48 a.m. my water breaks. And then, hi, Papa. Hi, Ben. This is Elijah. He's hungry. So at 5:48, my water breaks. And my contractions are coming back to back to back to back to back to back to back. So I then I'm like, call my nurse, tell my nurse my water broke. She's like, okay. So I'm hungry now. Mom, bring me a fleece blanket. So at 5, because I'm going to feed him, I breastfeed, so I have to put a fleece blanket on. So my water broke. My cousin called my nurse. And at this point in time, my husband was asleep. I'm going to tell you, my husband fell asleep because he was up all night with me. So at about 2 in the morning, so he went to sleep and he was out, y'all. So, I mean, I'm laboring, going through all my major pain and stuff, and the only person who was up with me is my cousin. Only person who is up with me is my cousin. And so she called my nurse. My nurse comes in, and then my nurse comes in, and she's like, okay, I'm going to check you. Once she checked me, I was still at a, no, actually she didn't check me. Okay, I'm back. So, she's like, okay, your water back popped, that's good. So she's like, just continue to go through it. So I just continued to labor. And then, I mean, my pain was just atrocious. It was hurting so bad. So, Yeah, I had got checked before. Actually, yeah, I had got checked before, and I was 7 centimeters dilated when I got checked before. So I had continued to labor. I got the IV pain medication, and then my water bag broke as soon as I was trying to find my medium because I knew my pain was going to come back within the next 10 to 15 minutes. But I really wanted to prepare myself because I didn't want to get that epidural. But at the same time, I'm thinking I don't want to get put to sleep. I don't want to get put to sleep. In my spirit, I'm like, I just don't want to get put to sleep. So let me try to wrap this up. I only want to make this video 30 minutes. So, and I'm almost done anyway. So, yeah, I'm like, I don't want to get put to sleep. But then, boom, Noah kicks. And Noah's still asleep. I'm going to show you guys him. Noah's still asleep. This is Elijah. This is baby B. Who he was 6 pounds 9 ounces. So my water bag breaks. I call my nurse. My nurse comes and she's like, okay, I'm going to call your doctor. Let your doctor know your water broke. So she goes off. At about 7, I called my nurse and I was like, okay, you know, this pain is really hurting me and I don't want to miss my son's birth. So, you know, I'm just going to go ahead. I talked to my cousin and we were just like, she's like, you know, I'm not going to pressure you into doing anything you don't want to do. But, you know, at the end of the day, I don't want to miss my son's birth and I was in pain. So I got that epidural. But believe it or not, this time getting the epidural around, I was able to move my legs. I could move my toes. I was able to feel everything still. It just, honestly, it just took the edge off. It took an extremely big edge off because I got it when I was probably like 7.5, 8 centimeters dilated. So by the time I got that epidural at like 7 something, and I mean, I was screaming, hollering in pain when I got the epidural. I was, oh, like my cousin has that part on her phone because my fiance was asleep, so they're gonna have to put the whole thing together in one. And I should have that up within the next week, or within this week, in a couple of days or so. But I am gonna get that up for you guys soon. So I got the anesthesiast came in, he gave me the epidural. And then I was able to relax, but I could still feel the pressure. Like, it literally, like, it just took the edge off. I still felt everything, and I was so happy because I wanted to feel what it felt like. I wanted to be aware and all of that. So I told my nurse, I was like, look, I feel something, and I feel pressure, and I need to push. I feel like I need to push. You need to get the doctor. She's like, okay, I'm going to check you, and then your doctor's coming. I let him know you feel pressure. So as soon as she got the gloves, and she was like opening up the gloves, my doctor came in, and you'll see it on the video. She was like, oh, he's getting ready. And he was like, oh, you was just getting ready, huh? And then he checked me, and she's like, yeah, it's time. Go ahead and get her ready. She can push. She's like, she's 9.5, but she could push that baby out. It's just a little, it's like a little, kept saying there's just a little on the left, like a little something on the left, but I could push the baby out, so, and the baby was right there. So, my mom's crying, shaking. Jasmine, here. Move, honey. It's hot, baby. Come here. There you go. I don't want you to burn yourself, okay? Go with Grandma. So, I was transferred to the operating room because when you have twins, you don't deliver in the normal labor and delivery room. You automatically deliver in the OR. So I was transferred to the OR. Once transferred to the OR, I had to shift to another bed again. So I shifted to another bed, and then my mom and my fiance basically suited up because they had to wear masks and be in the suit as if I had to get a C-section because it was they never knew if baby B was going to turn or not. So They had to be prepared as if I was going to get a C-section. So, they kind of upped my dose to epidural once I was in, and he would ask me, he was like, okay, how is everything, how you feeling? I was just like, I just feel pressure. I feel pressure. He was like, no, it's hey. I was like, no, I just feel the pressure. That's all I feel. He's like, okay. So, once I was transferred to the other bed, put my legs up, I began to push. I pushed with 5 times. And I pushed maybe 5 times in less than 2 minutes, and Noah was born at 8:42 a.m. and he weighed 7 pounds 3 ounces. He was 19 and 3/4 inches long. Then came out. I got to kiss him. You know, they went, cleaned him off, checked him out. He was perfectly healthy, perfectly normal. Just my little milk chocolate baby. Then, so my doctor went in and popped my water bag. No, he went in, and once baby A came out, which is Noah, Elijah, he turned on his own. So my doctor had the nurses come push to hold him in place, and then he popped my water bag to see if he would stay. Once he popped my water bag, he had the nurses stay there for about maybe a minute. They removed their hands, and he stayed in the place. Then I began to push him. My contractions had slowed down at that point. Like, I couldn't really tell whether I was having a contraction or not. So I had to put my hand on my stomach and kind of monitor. I could feel, like my doctor's hand, I could feel the pressure, so I began to push. I was pushing, and I was pushing him from up. He was still up here, so I had to push him down, all the way down into my, into the area where he had to come out. And so, I had to push. So the doctor went in and he felt, and he said, he was looking to the right. So he was like this instead of being face down as they do. He was looking that way. So the doctor said, with your permission, can I go ahead and use the vacuum just to turn him and kind of bring him, and I said, yeah, go ahead. So he succeeded in turning him up. He was able to turn him this way, and then I proceeded to push. Once I pushed, finally Elijah was born. So he did not vacuum him out. He just vacuumed and turned him. That's why I was having such a hard time pushing. Turned him, and then he was born at 9:26 a.m. and he weighed 6 pounds 9 ounces and was 19 and 1/4 inches long. So they checked him, watched him, did all that, and in the middle of pushing, when they were turning and doing all of that, I got to hold Noah. I actually got to hold Noah while still waiting for Elijah to come out. So it was like a really, really good blessing. He was born, and they are so two very, very, very distinctive, baby boys. They look completely different. This is I call him my vanilla wafer. He came out, and he was just as light as can be, and my Noah was just so chocolate. He was just my little Hershey kid, and this is my cookies and cream. They are two completely different. So, Mom, can you give me Noah so I can show him? So I'm gonna go ahead. He needs to burp. I'm gonna go ahead and show you Noah, and then that will conclude my labor and delivery story. And then I'll do a video where I completely just introduce them and show you them and love them, because I just love him so much. And I love the smell of the baby. It just smells like Johnson & Johnson. You see him? Isn't he so cute? Isn't he just the cutest little thing? Isn't he just the cutest little thing? Uh-oh. Isn't he just the cutest baby in the whole entire world? That's what I said. I just need to show him. I'm just showing him because it's 30 minutes. I'm going to upload it. See him? Hello. This is Noah Jerome Taylor. You see him? You see how different they are? Look. They're just the cutest thing. Uh-oh. My papa's sitting. I burped him. Okay. Well, this is my labor and delivery story. Hope you guys enjoy. I'll be back with weekly updates for the boys' week of life. And my labor and delivery video will be up soon. Uh-oh. Someone's got the hiccups. So thanks very much for tuning in, and bye! See you guys in a couple of weeks. Oh, let me show you my postpartum belly. So this is, that's booby milk. This is postpartum belly. See? Front, side. This is the front. This is the side. Not a pretty sight at all. But that all will be fixed. So, bye guys.